Hey guys, how's it going? willphmoto here, and we are at Atlantic Motoplex in Moncton, New Brunswick for a Ducati test ride day. Let's go check it out.
YouTube, welcome back to another video in the Ducati demo ride test day. Currently on Ducati 959 Panigale. So the new 959 Panigale, commonly referred to as the baby Panigale, although its engine size is getting bigger and bigger. It's almost at a whole liter. Oh, the suspension is rough. Yep, she's got some power. One thing that I read and noticed, the power is very linear, and I read that about the 959. They try to make the power band more smooth compared to the older 899, and I think that's got some truth to it actually. It's definitely kicking out a lot of heat underneath my thighs here. I can feel them on the bottom of my thighs. Oh, a little backfire. It turns very well. Turns very similar to my bike-ish compared to the 848 Evo. Might turn a little bit nicer because it does have the Super Corsas on it. Those Pirellis, you don't get good mileage out of them, but they are very sticky and they turn in very well. Showa suspension on it, very aggressive riding position, very similar to my 848 Evo. Well, you're in full sports kind of seating. I'm not sure if the 1299 Panigale is the same or not. I think it's very similar, but I mean you can full top, and this is comfortable actually. The tank is like quite, it's got a bit of a bulge here on it, but it's, when you're on it, it feels flat. So you can kind of rest on the tank somewhat, and it feels nice. Very twitchy throttle, like, I shouldn't say twitchy, but very touchy throttle. Like just a little bit of throttle in it, and it goes. It just wants to go. This bike wants to ride fast. I suppose that's the case for most Ducatis anyways. Yeah, leans very well. Oh, quick shifter is really nice. You don't even have to get off the throttle. You just stay on it. Very fast and precise. Even if you don't need the clutch to shift up, the clutch lever is very, I mean you need it to shift down obviously, but the clutch lever is very soft. I like that. The harder ones you get a little more feel, but it's pretty precise. It's not horrible. I can't really complain too much about that. This bike is beautiful, I will give it that. No single-sided swing arm on the 959 though. The baby Panigale, it's a more traditional swing arm. I keep using the clutch to shift up because that's what I'm used to. It's very similar to riding my bike. I think this might have a slightly shorter wheelbase, I'm not sure. But it's very, it feels, I don't know, it feels like riding my 848 Evo. Very similar. So Now, even though the seat on the Panigale has a bit of a curve up towards the tank, so it helps you from sliding into the front, you still slide into the tank. You definitely still slide. The material isn't as grippy, but that's sport bike life for you. Oh, steering is great on this bike. It seems very responsive. Needs minimal input to get it to go where you want it to go. And the throttle is very, very smooth. I do like that. And I love the quick shifter. I don't really get to test the traction control and the ABS. You take a little more risk to do that, but we won't bother with that. We'll just assume that it works. Price-wise, they're priced okay. Give or take what I paid for my 848 Evo. I think it's maybe $1,000 or $2 more. Canadian. $1,000 or $2 Canadian more. It's like a couple of pennies and dimes American, right? 'Cause our dollar sucks. Yeah, no, it's a good bike. I don't know if this bike has anything that would really entice me to swap. I mean, it does everything a little bit better than my bike. You get your quick shifter, you got more linear power, you got a little bit more power. I think it shaves a little weight as well, so that's really good. It's got the nice undermount exhaust, so no ugly exhaust sticking up, which is kind of neat. Downside though is it doesn't have that beautiful Ducati single-sided swing arm. That is sorely missed. My high beams are on it, I don't know how to turn them off. Get the ticket. This bike handles the lower revs a little nicer than my 848 Evo. Doesn't bog as much. It's probably part of the electronics package. It's just taking care of that. I really don't know where the high beam switch is. Like, this is the flasher high beams, but how do you turn it off? I really don't know. I don't think it matters, but geez, I spent this whole bike test trying to figure out how to turn off the high beams. Turn off the high beams on this thing.
Like it down.
This one?
Nope. Forward one, just push it down. Down.
Oh, fancy. Gotcha. Kickstand is a pain in the ass to get to. 2016 959S white. So they're not termies, but you can hear them pretty good. It's a very pretty bike, I must say. Just missing that single-sided swing arm. That's it. That's my one big complaint about it. Well, guys, that concludes the test ride of the Ducati 959 Panigale. If you haven't checked out the other test ride videos, there will be some links to them in the description and on the screen, maybe somewhere. We'll figure it out. Well, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and remember, keep the rubber side down. Peace out.
In sport mode?
How was that?
In sport mode, it's a bike.
It's a bike.
Mode?
It's for the city.
Even for the city, I found it a bit too woolly, where I need
Yeah.
to be able to, alright, this is as much throttle as I need to get going.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening like that.
Yeah.
I let the clutch go, it felt like it was going to fall flat on its face, so I'd give it some more gas.
Yeah.
But in sport mode,
It feels nice. Yeah.
well, yeah,
Or is it? That's the 1200S that you just rode.
that's an R.
Or 1200R, sorry, that's what I meant.
Because you know, what about the 1200? They won't have that, it's too fast.
Well, that's why I didn't even ask him. I thought they're only gonna have the. Last year they had the normal and the S.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother asking about the R. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I got to ride it earlier.
Well, I hope
It's a nice bike, eh?
I like it, right?
Yeah. It's a nice bike.
I like how you have the camera set
Oh,
up.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you're commenting?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's half cruiser, right? That's the Diablos. That's what it is. So.
It's on the highway, like above 160, it's just less than a year.
Really? It's got a lot of juice. Is it not? What mode you have it in?
What?
Did you have it in like the fastest mode or?
Oh, in sport mode. Actually, before leaving that guy that's working here.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that.
Before we turn
leaving-
back to sport.
He kept trying to put it back on like an urban mode. He couldn't do it,
Yeah.
so he just left it in sport. I was like,
No, he did it for me. The
He
moment he
didn't say
turned
anything.
around, I hit it back in
He
sport.
didn't say anything. I'm sitting on the bike and he came like tried to put it on, like we were
Yeah.
leaving. He's tried like I'm telling like everyone is leaving. I need to leave.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to put it on urban mode. You can't force me to put it in. I can just turn it back to sport once I get down the road.
Maybe I should. I had mine on race mode. On the Panigale.
I didn't have race. I don't have race.
But this is like James was having fun on that. Like
No, James was
so
talking.
pressed on it.
He
Yeah.
was cooking too. He said his ass was
Oh man, there's a lot of heat that gets pumped out of that thing.
That one, right leg, semi well done.
And
left
actually,
leg was
it's
raw.
supposed to be,
Yeah.
you know, Panigale is supposed to fix the heat issue that was in the earlier model
It didn't.
with the heat shield and the covers. And
It doesn't do dick.
Why don't you just throw it out by the wheel like they normally do?
Well, it's a race bike. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's not supposed to be for.
The heat from the
When the first came up with the
yeah
99, it didn't have.
Oh, they got show us on this one.
It didn't have that.
yeah
cover on
it didn't have that shield.
It didn't have that cover either.
Yeah
So I'm gonna imagine that thing was literally toasting.
yeah yeah. You got to get the higher model 1299 S I think has the Olins.
And the electronic suspension.
Yeah.
Ashraf's bike has got Olin's front body. It's an S. It isn't.
Like overall, the 959, it's got everything above my 848 Evo. Everything's like the power's a lot smoother, the brakes are nicer. It's got the bigger engine. It's got a much smoother clutch. Just missing the swing arm. That's it.
Should buy that bike
Why
and
did they
swap
go
swing
back
arm.
to a double-sided swing arm, guys?
Because if you want the single side, you got to buy the 1199.
Just to make the other one more appealing, I guess.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a different frame to play this game?
No, they're the same frame. Exact same.
Here's the frame.
Yeah, everything's the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few little things like this one.
A little
has,
difference.
A steel frame with plastic covers. The other one have like an aluminum subframe.
Oh, yeah.
And then the engine case is here on aluminum. The other one is magnesium.
Right.
So like a little bit of
With a weight
A little weight savings.
saving,
Yeah.